The cost of living and housing crisis is driving an increase in homelessness. A new generation of what's being dubbed the working homeless, people with jobs who can't afford a place to live, are being forced to sleep rough, including in the Prime Minister's Sydney electorate. Chris Vagg is the founder of Pass It On Clothing & Co, which is a service that helps clothe the homeless. He's an incredible man. I discovered you and your beautiful wife years and years ago when I donated some of my old clothes to you, and I have done since. It's a wonderful thing you do. We'll talk about that more in a moment. But first, I want to show people this post that you did on Instagram, and you did not miss the Prime Minister. Let me read it out. The PM carried a violin on his hip for 24 years and regard his upbringing before ascending to the top job. He's done zero to help lift those out who are now in housing like him before in 12 months since becoming PM. All he's done is fill his photo album. Says it all. You did not miss, Chris.
Am I wrong?
You tell me.
Well, there's 1.2 million people now on New Start and Job Seeker. That's more than when we started. Why doesn't he have a clear pathway? He's helped with cost of living, $20 a week. He's given some medicine support and he's also given some electricity support. But where is a clear pathway for someone to jump out and have a job? It's not there. And that's how he got out of housing. I mean, the only way you get out of public housing is a job. It's the only way to do it. So where's the simple pathway out? It's just not there.
You, unlike most people and most people watching, are at the coalface. You're not at a university studying statistics. You are with people who are homeless daily, essentially. What is the situation like on the street? It's
growing rapidly. I mean, we now do somewhere upwards of 1,200 pieces a week. Right, wow. Almost 7 years we're doing 50 pieces a week. Right, it's growing. There's 80 people waiting for us at Martin Place every week, relying on us for clothing. There's 40 people at Parramatta. And that's just not those two places. That's everywhere in Sydney, everywhere throughout the state. I mean, what are we doing for these people? Are we just going to let them stay there? Or are we going to actually help them support themselves and give them a pathway to a job? So what would that involve? What can the government do? What should the budget have included? What can be done to help them create that pathway? We want to run an academy. I will have 10 people at a time in 100 days in my academy, at the end of it, into private housing and private employment. And I've opened up those 10 places in public housing for those people without. Simple. You say it's simple. Is it that simple? Yeah, they trust me. They respect me. I respect them. 30 to 40% of the people in public housing right now, we could get out. They just don't have the purpose or incentive. Give me an idea, because when you think of people who are homeless, you maybe think of drug addicts, or you think of people with mental health issues, you think of criminals sometimes. That's not really who they are, is it? There are people that might have been like us 5 years ago that have really fallen on tough times. But that's only a label anyway. They're people. Mate, people are good. There are some really terrible people who are on the 15th floor with everything. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't judge someone on what they've got, you judge someone on who they are. These are some of the most generous, innovative people I've met, and I know there's a place for them, and I know we can get them there. You've just come from lunch. Yes. How much did you raise? $40,000. Wow. So the great Arthur Laundy. Yeah, hats off to him. The matriarch's there, yes. The matriarch's there. Blocker Roach. Yes. Paul Langmack. Yes. Brandy was there. Yes. Lara Pitt hosting. Yes. Danielle Laundy. Richardson. Shane Richardson. The whole group were fantastic to us today. Okay, so how can my viewers now help support Pass It On Clothing, a great organisation? At Pass It On Clothing, on all your socials, you'll find me at the end of it, so just reach out. You're a legend. Thank you. You're a straight shooter, sharp shooter, straight talker. Love your work. Chris Vagg, thank you so much for coming. Thanks for having me.